What's up, everyone? It's Vaz. Shout out to Do Overdone, man. Tune in. It's Vaz, baby.
We got the gas on deck, only blunts that I roll. Talking down on the team, if you know, then you know. No, you don't want no smoke, no, you don't want no smoke. No, you don't want no smoke, no, you don't want no smoke. I'm in the club with
What's good, Do Over Don't? Purple World episode 17, and today we're here with a man that I'd say has done a ton for the Boston music scene, mass music scene in general, all in New England in general, because you're throwing shows in New Hampshire everywhere. But Vasjan, what's good?
Appreciate you for having me, bro. You know, you gotta keep working. Like you are working, I'm working. You know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having me.
What you got going on? Because you were on 94.5 with Pressa the other day.
Yeah, Pressa had an interview. I was there too. And then we did a show with 50 Cent.
I didn't even know you threw a show with 50 Cent. What the hell?
Yeah, I was helping Pressa out, you know, to like get ready and everything. But I have another show. I have a show with Ron Suno coming this weekend in Brockton. Then I have Coi Leray in March, Benny the Butcher in March, and just working on new music too.
I didn't even know. Have all these shows been promoted on IG already?
Yeah, the Coi Leray, yeah. I'm gonna announce the Benny the Butcher show.
That's fire. I'm gonna have to make that Benny one. That Benny one, I'm gonna definitely
you gotta bring the team, man.
I know. No, I'm gonna get everyone to pop out there. You see a bunch of purple in the crowd.
Of course. You know my shows be late. You gotta.
I know. What the hell was the 50 Cent show like? I didn't even know you threw a 50 Cent show. You be posting so much shit. It's my bad to cut you off, but that's one other thing, bro. You're one of the hardest people to catch up with and like stay on top of what you're doing because you're just doing so much different shit at once. Like even when I was coming up with your questions last night, I couldn't cover everything because there's like 8 million posts.
I appreciate it, bro. But yeah, you gotta keep working because you know I just don't want to do one event and then just chill because you know people just forget about you so easily. You know, so you gotta keep working. So when you see a show, you know, just know I have another show planned. You know, ready to announce. So that's how I move. But yeah, the 50 Cent show, as I said, like Pressa was opening up, so I was with him because I know his team. So he came in the city. We did the interview. We went to the studio and stuff. So I was with him the whole time. I was supporting him.
That's fire. That's fire as fuck. Coi Leray joined the live too. I saw
that.
Yeah,
Coi Leray called him in the spot.
That shit was a good ass interview.
Shout out Roxbury.
Yeah, that was dope as fuck seeing her shout that out because so many mass artists just go out and they don't have any respect for where they grew up. It was dope as hell to see her just shout Roxbury out on the interview.
Everybody's saying she's not from Mass, but she's always showing love to Mass. So.
Coi Leray, I doubt you're watching this interview, but if you are from Mass. You have a safe home at DOD. We don't think you're not from Mass.
Shout out to Coi Leray, Pressa.
Shout out Pressa, too. Pressa is such an underrated artist because if you look at what he's doing in Canada, bro, he is doing, like, numbers. Like, he's, like, a mainstream-ass artist there, but in the U.S., he's just not as known. But
yeah, he's a superstar over there.
Literally, like, superstar in Canada. Like, I feel like almost everyone in Canada knows who Pressa is, and it's crazy because in the U.S., he comes over here.
Yeah, he's getting the buzz here, too. You know?
Yeah,
a lot of people were jumping to his music when he performed, so
he's definitely getting a buzz now too. But speaking of like being from somewhere else, you told me off camera you were from Albania.
Yeah, I'm from Albania. I've been here for 3 years.
3 years.
And yeah,
I thought you've been throwing shows for more than 3 years.
Well, when I was in Albania, I was doing like events with my teachers in high school. And when I finished high school, I was just throwing events at different clubs in my city. And then I moved here in 2018. So since then, I just been doing shows. In the beginning, I was just working for other people, just so you know I can learn more how things are done in America. And then you know now I'm just doing shows by myself.
Doing your own shit now.
Yeah.
So how in high school they were teaching you how to throw shows? Because when I went on your Instagram, bro, since like 2014, 2015, it's just you with a bunch of other blue check people right off rip, like your second picture.
So back then, when I was in after I finished high school, like I was just selling tickets for other events, because when I was in high school, like I was the president of my class, so me and my teachers have to like organize events for the school. So since then, I know that I really like the clubs and like I like throwing events because over there is no age limit. You can
just do stuff.
Go to the clubs even if you are under 18, 15, whatever. So yeah, when I was selling tickets for other events over there, I'll just meet the artists, chill with them, take pictures and stuff. So yeah,
that's fire. Wait, so I just drew a blank, but you just said something that just had me like extremely intrigued in that sentence. I forget what it was because I just drew a blank and my brain was
About
on
the
the
age?
next question already. I think it was the age. I don't even think it was the age. This is gonna piss me off because now I'm saying this. Oh, how I said it was just like right off rip. Like, what was it? They just had a network of people to just like put you in right off, like right away.
Back in Albania.
Yeah.
So no, like after I finished high school, I was just connecting with other people, and
It just
one of
happened
my
naturally.
guys, put me on to sell tickets for him, and then the company that he was working with, really liked my work, so
They started.
I was
giving
with
you more
them, and then I was just jumping around, in different events and stuff. So.
How different do you think it is, like in this country compared to Albania? Throwing shows, promoting, like how different is it going about it here versus over there?
There are a couple of different things here. Like for example, you can actually have people performing before the headliner, like openers. In Albania, there is like no openers. It's just
Really?
A typical like party night, and then it's just the headliner.
Damn.
Beside that, I'll just say the same thing. Just the clubs are a little different, like the structure of the club and stuff. Yeah.
Huh. I think talking about the age, the thing I was going to ask you is, so were you like 15, 16 years old putting together shows?
Yeah, I was like 15.
Oh.
I was just helping the teachers, going to the clubs. I always knew because I like the music. I like, the lights, the clubs, everything. So.
Bro, you sound like you were literally just like born into this. Like you just naturally just started doing this shit at a young ass age. Like I don't think I've ever heard of somebody putting together full out shows when they were 15, 16 years old, never mind with major artists.
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, I was just, helping out the teachers because
Yeah.
I didn't know, that much.
Yeah.
But I definitely made a lot of connection when I was really young, and that's what helped
good.
me to continue after I finished high school to keep doing events over there. So
That's good.
yeah,
That's good.
I know I like the club because of the music and just being around people,
Yeah.
dancing and stuff. Yeah.
The thing I was going to ask you, because I just remembered that I was so shocked about, you said you were president in your class?
Yeah.
So you're like book smart.
Yeah, I'm still in a pretty good school.
You're in college?
Yeah, I go to Bentley.
Bro, okay.
Finance major.
Yo, because the cameraman just made the same face that I'm making on the outside and the inside, bro. I don't know how the hell you're throwing all these shows and a college student, because I feel like most college students, no hate to anybody, but a lot of them don't have an entrepreneur spirit, and a lot of them can't even balance college alone, never mind all this stuff. So how the hell, that's a whole nother thing that just got brought into this. How
Yeah,
the
people
hell,
just be surprised when I tell them I go to college.
Bentley out of everywhere too. That's like one of the best schools around here.
Yeah, well, I'm a finance major, so Bentley's a really good business school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I graduated this semester.
God damn.
With my bachelor's, and then yeah, it is pretty hard, to do
Yeah.
school and events, because you have a lot of homework that you need to do. But
Yeah.
I usually do like a lot of homework during the week, and then on the weekend is usually when the events happen. So,
Do you feel like being in college is a lot easier to promote your events?
for me, I would say no, because I don't really be like that in college.
Like
Like
a lot
I
of
go
people.
there just I just study, and that's all. I don't be going out to people and say like, oh,
Like,
I'm a
yeah.
promoter. You gotta pull up to the events.
It's a lot of outside people.
I know a lot of promoters. If they go to school, they try to pass around flyers, about
Yeah.
their. But I don't know. I haven't done that so far.
So do a lot of people at your school not even have any idea what you do?
No.
That's crazy.
I have one of my classmates actually. I have him on my Instagram. He before we were in the same class. So
Damn. That's
yeah, but
crazy.
other than that, no, I don't be telling people what I do until they ask.
Yeah. That's crazy though, because I would imagine like you being in college, you'd just be walking around, be like typical promoter at school type shit. But that's crazy to think about.
I'm a
that you
regular
wouldn't be
guy
doing
like everybody else.
Yeah, still though, like I think
working.
I think that you were around there, like fucking walking around campus, like, yo, come to this 22G show, like giving out flyers and shit. But that's crazy. That's a humble thing too, for you to not be out there taking advantage of all the college kids. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I go to school, I just go to study. And like even when I study, I just try to stay away from social media or like text messages.
Yeah.
I just focus on studying when I'm studying. So yeah.
So if you weren't getting all these like people coming to your shows and stuff from school, how did you go about it?
So when I came over here, that was totally different because I didn't know anybody. So, but I had a following from back home, so that helped me a little bit to do some interviews, and I'll just pull up to like different events just to network with people, and then I met like a lot of artists, and then I was just putting them to my shows, and then yeah, everything is just step by step.
Step by
I'll
step.
say, but definitely pulling up to events, sharing other people's music. And yeah, just reaching out to people on social media, just telling them I like the music. Yeah,
So is that how you got connected with most of the industry people that you're connected with?
yeah, I'll say everybody, just pulling up to different events, and just reaching out to them. Yeah,
Were most of those events in Massachusetts, or did you have to travel other states?
yeah,
Right,
they're here in the Mass, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. Yeah,
New Hampshire and Rhode
because that's
Island.
what I usually do my shows too. Like
Yeah.
New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Mass. Yeah.
How do you go about picking a venue for a show? Like,
Depends like how they run the night, because I usually like to do what I like to do. Like I don't want to have somebody to tell me like, oh, this is how we do the shows and you're gonna do it this way,
yeah,
because I just put the shows like differently. So it's usually right now I'm just doing it in Mass, like usually like Lawrence. But when it comes to picking the venue, it's just as I said, whatever I feel like is best for that kind of artist and the crowd, and if they let me do what I want to do for that show. Yeah.
What made you choose doing them in this like New England area out of doing shows anywhere you could?
Well, I moved here with my family because I have my cousins and my aunt. So since I moved here, I had to do something here because I live here. So it would be definitely even more harder going to another state because I wouldn't have anybody. I still didn't have anybody here, just my cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have no idea about like club scenes and like music and stuff. But that's what I'm doing in here because I moved here because of my cousins and stuff. Yeah.
Damn. It's like crazy though. Like I'm still like astonished how the hell you went from this random kid in Albania that was promoting shows with your high school to coming to Boston and basically being the I don't know too many other promoters in Boston personally, but in my eyes, the biggest promoter in Boston, like within a 3-year span of getting here. Like,
I appreciate it, bro. I just keep working, and yeah, try to use the connections you make. But first of all, try to make a lot of connections because that's the key to whatever you want to do, either if it's music, promotion, or any other field.
what are your thoughts on like the Boston music scene overall, all the local artists, producers, media companies like us?
In the beginning, I wasn't really aware, but now I know a lot of artists because I've worked with a lot of them, like engineers, like video guys. But it's pretty good. I feel like it's definitely growing. From 2020, I would say it's definitely a growth.
Pinpoint.
Just more artists doing like better music and like music that is actually popping.
They're taking it more serious too. Taking it a lot more serious. What do you feel like Boston like needs to get it that same platform that LA or New York or Miami, any of these other places have? What do you feel like we're missing as a community?
We just miss some club bangers, and that's why I'm here, to do club music. So tapping, yeah. But yeah, I feel like we need some just club music, I would say, because we don't have like a lot of artists that do club music.
That's
so
a fact. I never really.
Everybody's just focused on just having straight bars, and that's dope. But
Yeah.
we just gotta focus on some mainstream music too. That's gonna get played in the clubs or outside of Mass.
How do you go about like picking an artist to open up for a show or perform at a show? Like talking about mainstream and stuff that's going to gather crowds. How do you pick a headliner or the people that you want to be the opening acts?
Headliner is usually depend of what people be telling me, like who they want to see. Sometimes I just do pollings on my Instagram, to see who people want to see perform, and sometimes it's just whoever is in town, and they give me a good deal, then I can do a show. As far as opening acts, sometimes it's just business. Sometimes I just put on artists that I really like their music that I've worked before a couple times. So yeah, it's either just the business side or it's somebody I really like. So
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Have you done any shows outside of Mass? I feel like I've seen you throw one in like New York I don't know if I'm
New
bugging.
York, I was that was a collaboration with another promoter, but I've done shows in New Hampshire, Rhode Island.
Yeah, New Hampshire and Rhode Island. I meant
Yeah,
to say
New
like
Hampshire.
outside of New England, not Mass.
Yeah, I used to do shows in New Hampshire during COVID because everything was closed in
Yeah.
Mass. So all my shows were in New Hampshire because
That's-
they were open.
That's a good question to ask you. How much did COVID impact your workflow?
I would say during 2020, I only did like 2 shows.
Damn.
So yeah, I was just mostly focused. But I would say 2020 really helped me a lot just building connections on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because people were just, inside and they really pushed a lot of music. So I had a lot of artists that wanted their music promoted. So that really helped me a lot when it comes to the connections. But as far as shows, I only had 2 shows in New Hampshire.
Damn.
Because like the first half of the year, I would say I was just, building connections on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, New Hampshire was actually open, having
And you
clubs
were
and
able
stuff
to throw
because
shows there.
everything was dead, like everybody inside. So when I learned that, I had
Game
2
changer.
shows, one in October, one in November. And then I continued in 2021, still in New Hampshire, until Mass got open,
I was gonna say, how many shows do you think you threw in like 2021? I feel like you threw like, I don't even know how many.
2021, I threw the most shows that I've ever thrown. Yeah, 2021 was the most active year I've ever had. I don't know a number of shows, to be honest.
Name some of I should have done this at the intro, but for everyone that's watching this that isn't aware, you already just name a bunch of the artists that you've thrown shows for. Maybe even tell some cool stories about stuff that's gone down with some of these artists, if you have any.
Well, I've worked with like other shows with like Lil Baby, Megan Thee Stallion, The Baby, and Ellie Choppa. And then 2021, I had Jay Gwuapo, Dusty Locane, Dave East, Asian Doll, Folio, Ruby Rose, Drewski, Young M.A., Russ Wish, Tutu G's. Yeah, I had a lot of shows in 2021.
Basically, if you're watching this video, you get the gist of it. This man is a magician when it comes to bringing good acts to Boston. Like, the thing I have a tremendous, because I hate to say it, but I feel like some people look at you as like this person who's just in it for like whatever. Like, they don't think that you're in it for the love of it. But what I think that is so amazing, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for, you're bringing all these mainstream artists, T Grizzly, all this, and giving dozens of tiny people with basically no fan bases these opportunities to open up for them. Like, yeah, it's going to cost them some bit of money, but what I think you're doing for the culture is so much bigger than you might even realize it is, because you're giving people opportunities that they might take a decade to get themselves.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, a lot of a lot of people just see the promoters as just people who just get money, and that's what they do. But I mean, I would say for myself, because I don't usually just have every week night at the club. Like, I usually do like shows instead of just parties. So when it comes to the shows, if you want to perform and you can't sell tickets, or you don't have like some people to support you, then it's usually you gotta pay a fee to perform.
I think you doing that is so dope, because the couple shows that I have been at yours, like, not gonna lie, there's some artists that aren't the best, but it's just dope in general, because it's like you got 22 G's opening up, and you got artists, like I said, that would never be able to get an opportunity like that, and you're able to provide it. Like, it might come at a fee for them, but that's amazing.
Even like other shows, if you go to see an artist, like let's say like TD Garden or House of Blues, there are no openers, because that's just a show for the headliner,
And that's not really doing anything for the city at the end of the day.
Yeah, and like if you go to other clubs, you can maybe perform 1 or 2 songs, but it's just gonna be a regular, party vibe. Nobody's performing really, just a night with DJs.
Literally.
So, I haven't seen a lot of shows that people can actually perform. So, again, you don't have to do it, if you don't have the funds. But if you have the funds and you think it's worth it for your career, definitely you gotta perform.
I feel like it's definitely smart. It depends. Like, artists need to sort of calculate what audience they're going for, because like the 22G show I was saying I was at, I heard some artists that I'm like, why the fuck would you even be performing this song at a 22G show? But like, articulating it, like, I manage Malvone makes like drill music, and he did the 22G shit and went up like 50, 60 followers or some shit right by the time we left the building. But
that's dope.
like I said, that's just, it's dope as fuck. Like, I don't even think I said this to you off camera, but I'm just saying this right now. Like, I have a tremendous amount of respect for the fact that you're doing that for all these artists, because it's literally like you're basically throwing like a Massachusetts / New England. I feel like you have people coming from I've seen people from New York fucking performing at your shows.
Yeah, I have like even this Monday I had a Valentine's show, so I had one artist from Connecticut, one artist from Louisiana.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Came all the way to perform.
That's crazy.
And that's dope when I say about the connections, because sometimes when I post this event, I have a lot of people on my Instagram or like, Facebook and like Twitter, so they like share the events, and then other artists see the opportunity and then
That's
they
what's
hit me
dope
up
about it.
or they share it, and then I get like more connections from
Literally.
out the states, and then they hit me up, and then I tell them, where are you located, and they say like Miami or here. I'm like, oh damn, my shows are in Mass, and they're like, oh, we can come,
And then you bring them
we
over
want to
here.
perform and stuff. So when they do that, like it really makes me happy too, because like they are taking this really seriously and then coming all the way to perform. So
How crucial do you think traveling is to like growing as a promoter? Like in the music industry in general, I feel like you have to travel, but being in your position, how much do you think traveling has contributed to where you are?
I think it's important. I be seeing a lot of people that go out of Mass. I don't know. Some people say that they don't have anything going on here, and then they go to another state to start something new. But I'll say, me personally, I haven't moved to another state just because I feel like I'm getting more connections here, and why would I move somewhere else to start from the beginning?
Literally.
But in my case, I just started here. I'm still new here too, So I mean, if it helps other people, they can move to other states. But I'll just feel like personally, I'll just want to have something dope going on in my state before I move out to another state. Because at least you need some kind of support before you move to another state, Because if you don't have any support on your state, and then you move to another state with no support, it's like you are in the same position you are back home, But at least back home you had some people who know
but
who
then
you were.
go somewhere else and you have nothing at all.
So yeah.
What are your thoughts on people that like do make a name for themselves here, and then I hate to say it because a lot of people do this, just move out to like LA or anywhere. It doesn't even have to be LA. They just move out and they don't really like give back to Boston. Like Boston will craft them, Boston will build them up, and then they just leave Boston behind basically. What are your thoughts on the people like that? Do you feel like if you blow up in Boston, you sort of owe something back to the city, like you should put other people on, or do you feel like it's your own choice, really?
Yeah, I feel like definitely, if you really get a really big opportunity to go somewhere else, definitely take that opportunity. Why not? But, definitely don't forget,
about the people who made you.
what city like made you, and like if you can put some other people on, why not? But always if it's genuine, you don't have to put anybody on just because somebody else tells you to, Like I don't have to put anybody on my shows just because people think like, Vas is like putting on for Boston. He has to put us on because it's our place, our city. I'm like,
You don't know
if I really like
anything.
somebody's music, I'll put him on. Like nobody's really entitled, Like I'm not entitled to put anybody on just because I'm in this state,
Yeah.
So nobody put me in this position. So
You put yourself in that
I
position.
put myself in this position.
What do you think? Because this is a good question. I've never asked anybody this, but what do you think about all the people that are sitting in this industry that just like, I think we were talking about it before actually, funny enough, that just expect stuff to like get done themselves. Like they expect to just post stuff and that's just as simple as it is. Like how much effort, I'm phrasing this question terribly, but like how much work, I don't even know how you necessarily answer this question, but what do you have to do like what you're doing or what other people are doing in the city compared to the people that just post a song on Instagram and think that it's going to do something? Like everything you post, do you have plans behind it? Is it strategized? All of that shit. Like
yeah, I feel like whatever you do, like even putting out music or doing an event, you definitely need a plan before you even put something out. Like for music, for example, I would have maybe like 6 songs ready and then choosing from one of them which one I want to push more, that I'm going to drop first. And then it got to be on the right time. It got to be, after I reach out to a couple of people that are going to,
Push
post, the post, like blogs and stuff like that. But yeah, even for events, I would say definitely like for events it's kind of different because you need like time to promote the show.
Yeah.
Because you really need people to pull up, buy tickets and stuff. So, but yeah, whatever you do, you need a plan. Especially for artists, I wouldn't say drop a lot of songs in 1 week and just wait for them to blow up. Just pick one song, your best song that you think and then push that one. And then when you reach kind of the goal for that song, then you can drop the other one.
So I'm about to get into your music in a second after this question, but as we're talking about the show shit, do you have like a team that helps you out with this, all these show stuff, or is it just you mainly that's like the sole person? Because I know you be having video people like 2 Blunt TV, be having them pop out to a lot of your shows. Like who else is involved with all of these?
So when it comes to the show, I definitely have people that work for me, for the shows. But as far as planning to bring somebody out, it's just me. Like I just put the bread to bring the artist and plan who I really want to have. But I have people who help me, some help me, some do it as a job, So shout out to everybody who helps me on the shows.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's just mainly me when it comes to like bringing the artist out and putting the plan together. Yeah.
What do you feel like you do differently? Obviously, we talked about how you have the opening acts and stuff, but what do you feel like you do differently compared to most promoters that you're in the position you are in the Boston music scene throwing all these shows? Like, what are so different about a Vasjan show compared to anyone else?
Well, like as you said, definitely the artist concept, because a lot of shows, like as I said, they don't have openers. So I definitely think that's really important for me because that's how I started. From connecting with the artists. But other than that, also I just do kind of like concerts instead of party.
Yeah.
I definitely have club music in my concerts too, but it's mainly a concert type of
people
vibe,
are going there to enjoy performances,
to see a show,
not party type shit. Yeah. Definitely, I feel like your shows aren't the place to just go get shit faced. Like you're going there looking for new up and coming acts or to see like an actual good performance from whatever mainstream artist is performing.
Yeah, that too. I would say it depends on the show too, because not all my shows are just concert with a lot of openers and stuff. Because if
some of them are just
there is like a party theme, I still have a headliner, but it's more like a party theme, more club music. Yeah. But so it really depends on the artist I have on the show.
What do you like to throw more, shows or like the party type of things? What's your favorite?
I like throwing more shows, but I enjoy. If I'm not working and I go out, I enjoy going to a party instead of going seeing an artist perform. Yeah.
Okay. Last question. I know I said that like 2 questions ago about the shows, but one of the last questions about the shows. What's your favorite show you think you've ever thrown? Like best memory, best experience, things went the smoothest?
The best show I would say maybe a recent show, because I've said the Lil Baby and Mega Thee Stallion a lot of times, but I'll say Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose show?
It was in October of 2021.
I think, do you know Tremaine? I think
Tremaine?
he promoted that, yeah. Another one of the artists that comes through.
He performed, I know Tremaine, he performed my...
I went to high school with him.
He promoted my Asian Doll show.
Asian Doll, so I mixed that up. It was Asian Doll. I messed it up with Ruby Rose. But
yeah, shout out to Tremaine.
The Ruby Rose show, I remember that one. You're saying it's your favorite one. I remember that one was actually like promoted like a fuck ton. I remember I was seeing shit about that for like a week. So how did that go?
It was really good. It was in Lowell. It was really good. It was sold out.
That's fire.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Everybody was hyped. She actually kind of got scared at some point because everybody was just like around her, and like some people like jumped on stage around her and stuff.
Jesus.
But it was great energy, so she really did her thing. She performed and she actually wanted the people on stage. So
damn. So there were just people jumping on stage up there.
Yeah, everybody was hyped, and she didn't even stop the security because the energy was so crazy. So
fire.
She was just hyped, and it was like a lot of ladies around her, and like she was really vibing. Yeah, we can do another show with her soon.
That's dope. That's dope. I feel like the dopest thing about you throwing all these shows, you get to just witness so many like raw moments firsthand that will never be brought back. Like,
Yeah, hopefully only good moments.
yeah, hopefully only good
only
raw
good.
moments, but just in general. Have you ever had any? I've said so many times. Last question about promotion. We're actually going to get into your music after this. This will be the last question about promotion until after we get to the music ones. But have you had any like bad experiences with your shows?
Yeah, a lot of them. Not like bad at the show, but I'll say before the show is happening. Like usually, well, I'll just say in some cases when I have certain openers perform, just because the type of music they do and people they be around, like
of circumstances
yeah,
that
usually
brought in.
get calls from the club owner or like other people that tell me like, oh, this artist cannot perform at this show or the show is gonna get shut down. So. As you know, at certain times I have to remove some people. That used to happen earlier because now I'm really like more like careful when it comes to the people I put at the shows. But sometimes it's just people hating, So I ensure the club owner or other people that nothing is gonna happen. It's just people that are hating. But other than that, sometimes it's just the venue change, just for different reasons. And then it was only like one time when the artist missed the flight.
Damn.
But we still made it happen. Like he rescheduled another flight the same day. But I was like really like anxious because I was like,
imagine.
It was like the day of the show, so I was like, I'm probably gonna have to postpone the show, cancel the show. But
thank God
we still made it happen. Yeah. But yeah, usually it's just usually before the show there is. A lot of times everything goes planned because I plan them, ahead of time. But sometimes, you never know what can happen. So.
I was going to say, throwing all these shows, bro, you must have some fucking high-ass blood pressure because I threw one show and that shit was stressful as fuck. Like, never mind the caliber of the shows you're throwing. I threw a little restaurant show with like 50, 100 people. Never mind the shit you're doing. I can imagine how stressful that shit gets.
Yeah, it is stressful, especially when I'm at the show. A lot of people, when they come meet me, they were like, "Oh, you having fun?" I'm like,
"Oh no, you look laser sharp." I've seen you at shows. You're laser focused.
I'm one of those people that just stays like, don't really smile or like, just don't really dance on my shows because I just be moving around, like making sure everything is good, and like people come to me like, "Oh, it's your show. Let's turn now." I'm like, I can't right now. I'm just working.
You're busy. That's why in the middle of doing shit.
Yeah, and that's why when I want to have my own fun, I go to other clubs and like other parties to have my fun. Because at my shows, it's just mostly like intense work. So yeah.
Bro, I remember at your show because you followed Do Over Don't for a little at that point. I was gonna go up to you and say something to you, but I just looked at you and I saw how focused you were, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother this dude. Like, I'll just shoot him a DM or some shit afterwards and just be like, okay, like, good shit, bro. Like, I wasn't gonna go bother you, but literally, like, looking at you in the two shows that I have been in, bro, it's just you like darting around in all corners, fucking talking on the phone, doing whatever, running backstage, doing whatever. It's like you just working.
Yeah, I still talk with everybody, whoever I see at the shows, I still talk with them, but it's like a couple of seconds. Like I cannot have a whole conversation
you can't sit
about
there for
your
like
music.
5 minutes. That's the thing. Like if someone's trying to play you a song, like no offense, but get the fuck away from me. I'm fucking running a whole ass show right now.
Yeah, some people, like start, a whole conversation. I'm like, bro, just hit me up. You already have my contact. I just gotta
answer your DM.
Understand,
like it's
everybody's understandable. Yeah,
literally,
they understand.
But now to actually get into your music, because we talked about promoting for so long. What got you into actually making music in the first place? Because you're doing all these crazy ass shows, putting up these numbers with these shows, but then you go look at your fucking music and you got like 200K views on each song, each video. Like, what got you into doing that?
So when I was with, like before I started doing music, I was just, in studio with different artists, like as I said, promoting their music. And I would say that was something I really wanted to do. When I was, in the clubs, I would just say like, oh damn, I want to hear my song get played in the clubs. I want to see myself perform, sometime. And from then I had a plan that before dropping music, I need to have a lot of connections before I drop my first song. So I didn't think I was ready in 2020, and then 2021. I was like, oh, I have, enough connections right now. Let me drop my first song. And then I had a couple of songs I was thinking about, but I didn't know which one was going to be the first one. And then I chose I wanted
Pull
to
up and ride.
I wanted to come out, different with a feature. So we did a show with Ron Suno and we did the song the same night too. So
Oh wait, that's when the song came out. Was at the show?
Yeah, it was at the show.
What?
We shot the video.
I was gonna say
back.
because I saw the live performance video too. That was up there.
Yeah, we shot the video in the back of the club.
So what was it like going from being a promoter to being on your own stage performing with another artist? Like,
well,
how weird was that?
Like the club, we did the show. Like the room we actually shot the video was in the back, so I didn't really. Like I performed, but it was just for the video. Like I didn't really have a mic to like perform live and stuff. Like we shot the video before Ron went on the main stage and performed. But
did you perform too though? I thought I saw a video you performing before.
I don't think
You
so
didn't?
because the song
Okay.
wasn't even out.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a video of you on YouTube.
Yeah, we
That
shot
said
that
you were
in
performing.
November of 2020 in New Hampshire, and then the song dropped last year in 2021 in February. So
Fire.
but I was a little nervous when I shot the video because it was my first one,
Yeah.
and it was with another artist. So I was like, I don't know.
You don't know what.
But
you're
yeah,
gonna
we
do.
made the room look like it was like a really dope vibe. We had a
Yeah.
lot of dancers and people that were actually in the club because everybody was waiting for Ron Suno to perform, and then I brought some of my guys and the girls in the back, and then everybody's energy was high.
That's fire. That's fire. How is it shooting music videos? Because obviously you're saying how you just got into like making music, kind of going from being a promoter, shooting music videos. What videographers do you work with too? But how do you like shooting music videos?
The music, like as I say, the first one, like I just
That
I was trying to
awkwardness, breaking
practice
the ice,
before I
yeah.
went there, just how to move and stuff. 'Cause-
Singing in the mirror.
Yeah, and then just being with Ron, there like shooting the scenes together. I was like more nervous because it's different when you are by yourself. You can do whatever, but when you have another artist there that has a limited time and stuff, you just gotta move quick and stuff. But he was mad chill. We had fun actually shooting the video. At some point, I just forgot that I was shooting the video because everybody was lit and we would just felt like he was in the club and just dancing. But I was still focused on the camera and stuff. So, yeah.
You guys did another one too, right? I'm not bugging. You guys did 2 songs.
No, we
You
only
didn't?
have one.
I thought you guys had 2.
No, I have one with Ron Suno, one with Jay Gwuapo.
I know you have one with Jay Gwuapo
And then
too.
one with Maury Briscoe, but that's another New York artist.
Huh. I don't know why I thought you had 2 with Ron Suno. I thought you had 2 with it. But the Jay Gwuapo feature, let's talk about that. Because I remember that video, seeing that shit everywhere on Instagram for about a month.
Yeah, that one was the same case as with Ron Suno. We had a show, and then we shot the video the same night after the show. Actually, we shot the video. We went to the studio and we shot the video there.
That's fire.
So yeah, he was dope too.
How much do you feel like being in all these studio sessions beforehand contributed to you just being able to make music right away, pretty naturally? And what's your process like making music, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, I used to go to studios just seeing other people, and that kind of helped me to see how people do. Like I didn't know a lot of stuff about like the ad libs or like the different verses and stuff, but when it comes to my music, it's kind of different because I really have to think about the lyrics. Like I can't go in the booth and freestyle because English is not my first language.
Yeah.
So I really have to like sit down and like write the lyrics. And most of the times, I have to think them in my language, then translate them in English, then write them.
So it's a whole ass process.
So it's a whole process. It takes me like a week to write for a song. But yeah, it's usually I have to like really think about the lyrics, and I want them to be catchy. So if I don't like a hook, then I have to switch it up.
I feel like all your songs are catchy as shit because, like, I don't personally listen to your music like that much, but I remember the Higher song, bro. I swear I saw that shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
Not even from me, but just, like, girls I was chilling with and shit. I saw, like, girls playing that shit. And then I'm like, wait a second. I swear this motherfucker, like, posted this shit on Instagram. Then I go and look, I'm like, the song's by you. I'm like, why the fuck am I seeing this shit on TikTok? Like, everything you be making is just catchy as shit. Like,
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, as I said, I'm mostly focused in club music, So definitely I need a catchy hook. That's my first plan before, like, when I hear the beat, I'm like, let's see what kind of hook I can put on this. Because I feel like the hook is the most important part. And the beat when it comes to a club record. So yeah, like always. Well, it depends because right now I'm doing like some features.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to kind of change the song that the other artist has,
Yeah.
you know. So whatever his plan is, and I'll
That's what
respect
you're
that, you
doing
know.
it
But
for.
if it's my song, like I definitely need the catchy hook that
That
I
type
know
of
is gonna
song.
be hard in the clubs.
So, what do you work with like any producers hands on, or do you mostly use YouTube beats?
Yeah, I use with different producers.
Producers.
Shout out to Sebi Celeb.
Oh,
Frank.
I know him. He's from over by Lowell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
that's
guy.
that, bro. When I was on quarantine, but when they first interviewed Gio and everyone met Gio, that's whose studio they were at.
Oh yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
It's Nocturnal Society. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out to
he
him.
moved to LA, but that's my guy. You
I
know?
didn't even know he moved. I didn't get to meet him, but I fucking remember editing the vlog he was in, and he was funny as shit.
Yeah, he's my guy. Fingered by Ski.
I feel like I recognize that name.
Frank Productions. Frank Beats. Frank got the pack.
Oh, I've heard that name too. I've heard that.
I work
name.
with different producers. Yuki Beats. Produced by Oud. Yeah, I gotta go check all my songs and see who produced
Yeah.
them. But I work with different producers. Yeah.
So do you feel like, because earlier on in this interview, you said how you feel like Boston's missing club music. Do you feel like that's a big reason why you started making all these songs, is because you wanted to contribute to club music that's sort of mainstream?
Well, I feel like artists just don't want to do club music. Like, I don't know. They're just focused on another kind of
Drill.
lane, you know? Yeah. So no, I mean, some songs
aren't
that,
doing
that are drill. Like, I'll say my first two songs, like, you know, Pull Up and Ride and
kinda had
Who
some
Won't
drill
Smoke, like,
touches
it's
to it,
drill
yeah.
because I have Ron Suno, who is a drill rapper, and Jay Gwuapo, you know,
Yeah.
street drill rapper from New York. So I'll say those are drill too. But I don't know, when I ask, you know, producers, I'm like, send me some club beats. They have club beats, but I just feel like, you know, artists don't really choose those
They
type
don't
of
ever
beats.
ask for
Yeah,
those.
so,
No.
but yeah.
I feel like that's what Boston needs. Well, you've been contributing to it, but I feel like Boston just really does need a couple good club bangers now that you're talking about it. It's not something I thought about really, but
Yeah, well, it depends how the artists are too, you know, because if they can't feel good around that beat, then it's, you know, they're not gonna choose that beat. But for me, when I hear a club beat, I'm like, yeah, this one, instead of, you know, another beat that is like more a different
basic
vibe,
or
like,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. How is it? Have you ever like had your songs? Because I always see the posts like Vas gets more spins than anyone. How do you feel seeing those posts? And have you ever like been in the club and you're just like, you hear your song come on, you're like, oh shit, that's me. Like,
Yeah, well,
cool.
I feel good when I see myself, you know. A lot of people, you know, feel a different way, but it is what it is. Yeah, I feel really good when I hear my song in the club, or even if I know a DJ, like, you know, and they see me, you know, it's all love. They play my song
Yeah.
regardless. So
that's fire.
I feel good, you know, listening to my
fire.
song, and you know, people that are actually in the club, they actually see that it's not just what other people post about my music, but it's actually real. When you
Like
go in the
people
club
be-
and you listen to the song,
People be fucking with it when
Yeah,
they're in the
so-
club.
yeah.
That's fire. That's
Everybody would be happy, you know, listening their music to the club, you know. So
Yeah.
why not?
That's fire though, that people be bumping your shit in the club. I feel like that would be the dopest thing, walking in the club and just hearing your song, bumping, seeing mad people dancing and shit. That shit would be fire as fuck.
Yeah, it is pretty lit, you know. It's a good feeling.
I could imagine. Fucking, what the fuck was I about to say, bro? Oh, big question. How much of everything you've learned through this promotion journey, being a promoter, do you feel like you have applied to your music? Because I feel like most artists go through years of trying to figure out how to drop stuff, how to get the feedback that they want. And I feel like because you were a promoter, you just started dropping music and knew how to do it instantly.
Yeah, I'd say everything I learned from promotion, I'm just using it for my music. That's why I said earlier, I know it wasn't the right time for me to drop the first song because I didn't have enough connections. So when I felt like I was at a decent spot and I have, you know, enough connections, then I was like, I'm gonna drop my first song. So I'll say everything, like even whatever I'm doing right now with the shows, everything still applies to my music. People are coming to my shows, they hear my music and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you know, because a lot of people don't know that I'm still, you know, like a lot of people don't know that I do music too.
Yeah.
Because I only have like
I feel like
six songs out.
people randomly find out when you drop a video every couple months, and it's like, what the fuck? This guy doesn't just throw shows.
Yeah, I'll have like 6 songs out. So, but I'll say now, most of the people know that I do music. But in the beginning, when I only had like the first song and the second song, people were like, oh, maybe he's not gonna be around. He just, something for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I do music for fun too, but I wasn't gonna do just one song and stop.
So how serious would you say you take music? Like, what if you had to pick one thing, either being an artist or being a promoter for the rest of your life? What would it be?
That's a hard question, but I'll be a promoter.
You'd be a promoter more.
Yeah, promoter.
Rather be a promoter.
Depend. At this point, I would say I choose a promoter because that's what people know me more for, and that's actually
what you enjoy doing more.
Yeah, I enjoy doing shows.
So
I enjoy doing music too, but I haven't really performed. I only have had like one show, but I haven't really performed because I only have like 6 songs out.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly focused on the shows, like actually like throwing shows.
I was gonna say you seem a lot more focused on that than music. Music seems more like a fun thing that
Music, I do music for fun and just to expand my connections.
Yeah.
And still have more people come to the shows. So yeah,
that's fine.
At this point, I'll choose promotion, but you never know.
What are some tips you had? Any promoters or wannabe promoters watching this? What are some tips that you have for anybody aspiring to be a promoter?
Everybody trying to be a promoter, just pull up to different events, make those connections, hit up other promoters, try to work with them, try to just step in the game, like kind of sell tickets, start with selling tickets, start with promoting the flyer and stuff. And don't get discouraged because a lot of people might not respond to you or see you as you're just starting now. I've been in this game forever or whatever, but just try to work with whoever is willing to help you.
Take advantage of any opportunity.
Yeah, any opportunities, and even if nobody responds, just pull up to the events because you will still make the connections and meet people and make the connections, and that will really help you in whatever you do. Events and stuff. Yeah.
Fire. Anybody watching this that just listen, you better take that and actually use it. Don't just listen. Do something with it. Do or don't. But after this, I got one more question. But see, I keep drawing blanks throughout this, bro. I had one other question that I was just about to ask before I asked the last question, and I just forgot it. The last question before, I'm talking too much. What I was gonna ask you, because I just remembered it. What do you feel like dropping all the music you've done, all the shows, everything? What do you feel like your like messages behind what you do? Like, what do you really want people to take away from what you do?
My message is just that, if you work hard, you can make it happen.
You can get
because
anything.
I only been here 3 years. I didn't know anybody when I came here. I thought it was, I thought just, doing something else instead of doing shows because I used to sell tickets back home, but I didn't know anybody here. So it kind of seemed impossible to me.
Yeah.
Because nobody really know me or, what I do. So just, just focus on whatever you want to do. And start from somewhere and just keep pushing, and keep building step by step, and they'll come, to a good result at the end.
What do you feel like it took for people to like take you serious?
How they can take you serious?
No, I'm saying like, what do you feel like it took for, because you came over here and really didn't have like much to show as far as I'm aware. What do you feel like it took for everyone over here to take you serious? Like when you were approaching them to throw these shows, like wasn't like they thought you were joking, like they just knew like, okay, like you're gonna do this shit.
Yeah, a lot of people saw me, just not responding to me, a lot of people didn't respond to me, and now they want to work. But I never bring that up because it's just not me.
Yeah.
But if it was somebody else, it'd be like, oh, I hit you up 2 years ago, you didn't even respond, and now you want to work, and like, no.
But you understand that.
But no, yeah, I'm like, I still work with everybody that, as long as I have a plan and it makes sense for both of us. But yeah, I'll just say don't get discouraged. Just try hit up 20 people. If one of them responds, that's good. Keep going.
Yeah.
Even if nobody responds, try 20 more people.
Literally, just hit up as many people as possible.
Yeah,
That's fire.
that worked for me. So
That's worked for me too. Shit, bro. That's like the biggest thing, bro. I've seen it in so many videos, but anyone watching this video, literally just hit up anyone because, first of all, the right price anyone will answer. But second of all, you never know who's going to answer. And so many people, like, you could go hit somebody up and them do something for you for completely free, and you would have never expected, like, oh, this person would even open my DM in the first place.
yeah, and especially I would say, don't be cocky when it comes to
Yeah.
like social media and connections, because a lot of people be like, oh, I'm not hitting him up. Like, why would I do that? Or, whatever. But it's like, build those connections.
You got to reach out to other people.
That will help you more than just keeping yourself at a higher standard than everybody else.
Yeah, 100%. But to wrap this up, what are some goals and aspirations you have? What can people expect to see from you this year, next couple of years? What do you want to do with yourself? What can we expect if we were to go back to this video in 5 years? What do you want Vasjan to be? It's a tough question. I know that's a lot to think about, but
Well, in 5 years, I want to have my own nightclub.
that would be fire.
Uh,
That would be fire.
have still, shows over there. Have other promoters throw shows. Have me throwing my own shows in my club. But yeah, definitely, booking like bigger artists or booking artists that I haven't worked before. And as I said, the music, I don't really know what the future holds. But I'm doing it for fun. But at the same time, I want people to take my music seriously too, and just making more connections for the events. And yeah, I'll still do events, still dropping music, and then we'll see what happens.
Fire. Definitely going to be on the lookout. Like I said, you're going to see a bunch of purple out in the crowds at your shows too. Because I'm going to make sure.
I'll know.
Make sure everyone's coming out there. But any last words for anyone watching? Anything you want to say? Any messages?
Shout out to everybody that comes to my shows, to all the artists, to everybody that supports my music, to everybody that supports me in public and not only in private, because a lot of people support me in private but be on
All that fake
other
shit.
posts talking shit. So I'm like, how does this make sense? But yeah, shout out to everybody that supports me. That's what matters.
I feel like that's
I don't even
awesome,
focus on negativity anymore. Just positive vibes.
I feel like you do a very good job of just ignoring any negativity. Like, even when I see hate comments, anything on your post, you just ain't responding to anything. You just
Like even if somebody comments something negative on my post, I don't even delete it. I don't.
doesn't mean
It can stay there.
That's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely shout out to everybody. Watching the interview, supporting me. And yeah, I appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you for coming on, yo. Say your Instagram real quick so everyone could follow.
Everybody can follow me, just VASJAN, and it should pop out. Or you can check my music on YouTube, VASJAN. Why Baby is my new song, came out 10 days ago. It's doing pretty
Damn,
good.
I didn't even realize that came out that recently.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, man.
I will. No, I did. I watched it last night. I watched like all your videos last night.
That's
All your
dope.
videos last night, but the main one I was looking for the date for was the first one to see when you started making music.
Yeah, he actually made 1 year in February.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the 13th.
That's fire.
I think, yeah.
That's fire.
I
So
just
like
made 1
3 days
year
ago.
doing music.
Like 3 days ago. That's
Yeah.
fire. So happy 1 year making music.
Yeah, I'll still keep dropping music. I'll still do shows. Everybody pull up. Saturday, Ron Suno, Benny the Butcher in March. Capella Gray. And yeah. Stay tuned in on my Instagram.
Yes, sir. Make sure to follow him. I'll have that in the description as well. I just hit my head off the fucking mic again. But it was a pleasure having you, man. It was a pleasure having you on here. Purple World. You guys stay tuned to the next episode. Like I said, you better follow Mans on Instagram. If you don't, the drill goons of Boston are gonna come after you if you don't follow him on Instagram.
I appreciate you all for having me, and yeah, shout out to you on your platform too.
Appreciate you.
You're saying you're doing more interviews and
Sir.
putting yourself in the map. So
Sir.
that's pretty dope.
Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. But we're about to wrap that up here. Purple World episode 17. We're gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.
We get